This episode sponsored by Minky Couture. Fair warning, bring a Minky Couture blanket home and it may instantly become the most wanted seat in the house. That's the magic of Minky Couture. Minky Couture created the original soft Minky blanket, trusted for premium quality and custom styles. One touch and movie nights, naps, and cold mornings suddenly revolve around who got to it first. Shop now at minkycouture.com. That's Minky, M-I-N-K-Y, Couture, C-O-U-T-U-R-E.com. Go to minkycouture.com and get your Minky Couture blanket now, before everyone in your house claims it is theirs.
Welcome to Tunnel Talk, a no facts, all feelings wrestling podcast on the Social Suplex Network. I'm Allie.
I'm Ann.
And I'm Leah.
Don't be afraid. Just start the tape.
We were talking about Interview with the Vampire before we were recording, and Allie was like, are we going to talk about this on the podcast? We haven't talked about it on the podcast yet. We've got to stop.
I did have kind of a frantic energy. Well, I think it was because I was climbing up onto my soapbox, and I was like, only my two friends are going to hear me on my soapbox? Like, everyone should hear me on my soapbox complaining about how dumb the other fans of this show are. I'm pissed off at people who are like, I think this season is bad. 3 episodes in, when all of those episodes have been great, and also every single episode it's getting more clear like what they're doing with the season, and I'm just like, some of you are so fucking stupid, it makes me crazy.
I think there's a certain contingent of potentially young people who don't understand how to watch a show week to week, you know? Like,
you're right. Born into the binge model.
And I think sometimes it's also like the wrestling problem where it's like, there was enough time between season 2 and season 3 that people imagined what they thought it was going to be. And it's like, you can fantasy book, don't fantasy believe.
Don't fantasy believe, you're right. Yeah.
That's very true. Plus, of course, every social media algorithm is geared to give you the dumbest take that will upset you the most.
Yeah,
so
that
it is
true.
like, we're finding our dumbest people throughout America and just shoving their opinions at all of us at all times.
I know. And it's like, well, I can't even get into that part, but you'll see someone that you know from another sphere. Suddenly you're seeing their stupid fucking takes about Interview with the Vampire, and we can't get into all that. But I think it's a wonderful show.
Serving cunt has its consequences.
It's so true. Motto for a living.
God, it really is. And they're just doing something. They have a vision, you know, and that's so wonderful to see.
It is one of my favorite tropes to have somebody tell a story and then you get the same story but told from a different perspective. It's just my favorite thing in the entire world, so I'm really enjoying it.
Yeah, totally. And it's fun to be from Lestat's perspective, too, when you, like, only saw him through Louis' eyes, and now all of a sudden you're like, yeah, he's, like, not quite as, like, cool and romantic.
No.
Like, you know, he's very, like, high-strung. Yeah.
He's an absolute freak. Well, and I just think it's so smart that the first 2 seasons of the show are from Louis' perspective, and he's telling his story. And, like, there are moments in the show where he is forced to actively interrogate the fact that he is a subjective narrator, and that, like, he may have, that his perspective may, for normal reasons and for occultic mind control reasons, be flawed. But it's so interesting to then come into a season where Lestat is like, I'm the narrator, and I am telling the story my way, and my way is going to be my way, and I know that it's subjective, and I just feel that I'm right. But I know that what I'm telling you is the way I saw it. So enjoy that. And then to have, like, stuff like the conversation with Armand, where it's just like, yeah, that is your subjective perspective. It's just such a different take, but on the same theme.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, totally. Very different personalities, those two, and you love to see it.
Meant to be together. Wow, wonderful stuff. Well, so I didn't, but that was not what was going to be making you happy, was it, Leah?
No.
Okay.
Although it could, I mean, honestly, like, it could very easily could have been. Like, last episode certainly was, like, so good that it, carried me through the week. But no, I actually had one in the pocket.
That's wonderful, because I did get kind of worried once I had reinitiated this conversation on the pod. I was like, I hope I didn't steal her Leah's recommendation corner. But you would have told me right away, I hope.
Yeah, but now I'm like regretting it, because I would have been like, that would have been a great bit to be like, yeah, I'm done. Like, that was it. Girls.
Gave the game.
Wow. Really hoist by your own petard there.
Damn it. Should have thought a little bit faster.
Yeah. And you could have buttered me up about it too and been like, Allie, how did you know? Of course that's what was making me happy. You know me so well. My friends know me so well. They know exactly what's making me happy. You know what's making me happy now? The fact that my friends know me so well. But you missed out on that opportunity as well. So
Unless I tried anyway.
no, the moment has passed. Tell us what is making you happy this week.
So I don't know that I've mentioned. So I already have one 16-month-old nephew. And I don't know that I mentioned on the pod that my other brother and his wife were pregnant, and they just had I have a new niece now. Her name is Nora, and I'm obsessed with her. And what I would like to say, what's making me happy, is that if you have any family troubles or weird family dynamics or any like recurring like arguments that seem to come up every time, just add children to it. It fixes everything.
Why do I feel like you've said this before?
Probably have. It has fixed everything that's wrong with my family. And now that we just had, like, now we have Nora in the dynamics. It's so great. My family chat is just pictures of babies. It's great.
Yeah. And it'll always be that way from now on. You'll never have troubles again.
Yeah.
Well, I think
at least for 18 years.
Yeah. I've got some time.
You'll always have a distraction right there at hand. Like, something's coming to the fore, baby picture, child picture. Look at the cousins hanging out.
Exactly.
Yeah. How's Nora doing at college, you know?
Yeah.
That'll do.
Yeah.
That'll do, pig. That'll
do.
What
I'd like to say is just, hey, get your siblings knocked up. Really fixes everything.
That's beautiful. That's a beautiful sentiment.
Wonderful.
That's my recommendation.
Yes, get your siblings knocked up. That's what I always say as well, actually. So,
it reminded me, my nephew, they got him, there's this like landline for kids thing that a company has made, and it's so sweet. So they got my 6-year-old nephew this like landline, and I was his first call. But the funny thing is that like he's been on many, many video calls. He had never talked on just a straight up phone before, and he don't know how to do it. It's so pretty funny. I've talked to him like almost every day, and it's hilarious because we'll just be like kind of mid sentence, and then it'll go like silent. And I'll be like, "You still there?" And then I'll hear like fumbling, and then he'll be like, "Goodbye, Aunt," and then there's like a clunk. I'm like, "Okay, I guess we're done."
And that's so funny because it sounds like he's like, "Fuck, she knows I'm still here. I gotta go." Which is how I feel on the phone sometimes, to be honest. But.
Yeah. He picks up the phone and says, "Who is it?" It's like, well, traditionally we said hello, but that's fine.
That's a fun opportunity. Are you going to teach him some phone etiquette? Like,
I haven't tried yet. I thought that was his father's purview, but I think that could be fun.
I liked answering the phone, and I liked getting to say, Tunnel Talk residents, this is Allie speaking. I'm sorry,
it was
my
nice
parents are busy right now.
Very prescribed phone etiquette that was taught to you very explicitly. Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Because and actually it's quite funny in the year 2026 to think back and be like, right, because as a child, you could just be like a barrier to your parents getting an important call if you just like picked up and were like, I can't answer right now, and hung up.
Yeah, you could really wreak some havoc.
The phone was actually like really stressful in our house because my dad had a job where occasionally overtime would be mandated. And if he said no to overtime, it would be a black mark on his record.
Oh my God.
But if they couldn't find him, then he couldn't get in trouble. So he would never answer the phone in case it was work.
Yeah.
So we would answer the phone, but like they would be like, "Hi, is Leah's dad there?" And we would have to be like, "No, he's not. Can I take a message?" And like then we would be like, "Dad, it was work. They want you to come in." But like it was always really stressful because if you forgot and you were like, "Dad,"
then you were in trouble.
Huge trouble. Humongous trouble.
Wow. That's crazy.
I would not want to rely on children for that level of
no, because we're stupid.
secretarial work. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, and because it's like you're just like, you don't want to be talking to the person. So it's like it would just be immediately. I think that would have gone really badly in our household.
Yeah. It is funny just thinking back to the days of landlines because it's like, like the phone could just ring at any time and it could be any person and you didn't know. And then also it's like just trying to get a hold of somebody. It's like their 8-year-old could pick up, you know, it's like you're just going to get a child sometimes.
Yeah.
It's so fun. I think about landlines kind of a lot because, as you guys know, one of like my longtime favorite, like a real comfort read author for me is Connie Willis, who wrote a bunch of like sci-fi she's written stuff recently, but she was writing in the 80s and the 90s. And one of her thematic obsessions is just like, can't solve a problem because you can't find the person who could solve the problem. So a lot of, it's like really baked into a lot of her books is just like, you're trying to get someone on the phone and you can't. And therefore you're in a bigger mess, along with the time travel equivalents of that, basically. And I love for her that as the years have gone on and that's become, and we've complained before, I mean, all of us have complained about how it's difficult in like rom-coms now. It's like, it's worse to be able to get someone on a cell phone. It's better to be able to have the impediment of like, can't get them on a phone.
Yeah.
But I love that as the years have gone by, like her vibe is just like, and I'll continue to just act like cell phones aren't real. I'll continue to ignore cell phones and be like, you definitely can still have landline-based problems. And I'm like, I salute you for it, honestly.
That's beautiful. I saw something that they said that some, like, older kids' books, they were, like, updating for kids, like, to put new technology in it. But it's like, that would really undermine the plots of a lot of books. Like, it's like, if there are cell phones, like, none of this makes sense.
No.
Like, what's happening here? And I feel like you can understand that they were invented at a certain time. Like,
I'm worried. Like, I've seen this for something that seemed like pretty immaterial. I mean, but I thought it was bad that it got updated. Like it was, you know, like they updated the band being referenced or something.
Oh. Yeah, that's bad,
but where I was just like, I don't understand. I'm worried for all of us if the feeling now is that somebody can't read a book and understand like this is about stuff that I never experienced.
Yeah.
Right.
Remember reading Judy Blume and they would be talking about like putting on like the pad with the belt?
Yes.
It's like,
yeah, that was so confusing.
Yeah.
And
you know what? We made it through.
I know.
Yeah.
And that was an especially funny one, honestly, because you were reading it like, is this going to happen to me? Like,
Yeah, right. You were like, oh, God. And then when
pretty
you
fast
learned
it was
about
like,
pads, you
no.
were like, huh. Okay. And the funny thing too is like, especially for updating for kids, it's like kids don't know shit. They don't know anything about the world around them. Like, so like, of course they're confused by half the things on there, even if they are contemporary references.
And I feel like it's charming for children to like read old children's books and be like, and that is normal and an experience that I could have, and eventually be like, it's not.
Yeah.
Actually,
Right.
that's,
Where are the
that's
pads with
wrong.
the belts? I think a new generation of children should be growing up thinking that. Like, I just don't see them sold in stores, but...
Do you think that this whole intro segment is us like Cope and Christianing on our podcast?
Yeah, pretty much, yeah.
Like, kids today don't appreciate that you couldn't get someone on the phone, and that's the best thing that could ever happen to you. And also, we did have pads normal, the ones that you have now. We didn't have to use a belt with them, but we liked learning that maybe we did have to.
Our foremothers, we were interested.
We wanted to meet our foremothers.
Yeah.
Kids today don't want to meet their foremothers literally at all. Well, good. I think that's true. It's true that having a baby can solve every problem.
Yeah. Especially when it's not your baby. It's just a baby around you.
When your siblings having babies can solve all your problems.
It creates no new problems for you.
No new problems.
I think there could be new problems eventually. But you know what? Let's not think about that. Let's not even think about it. Probably won't.
Like, what do you think the problems of her niece could be, Allie?
I don't know. I just think that every human being carries with them the possibility of chaos. You know, it's you introduce a new chaotic element into an already chaotic system. I'm just saying it can have unexpected results. It's a crime to say that now.
So you don't think that Nora is a plot device to make my life easier, and in fact, she's a person of her own with her own course of her life. Is that what you're suggesting?
I'm not saying that confidently. I'm raising the question. You know, we're having a little philosophical conversation. What is true? We don't know. We're just girls.
Just girls.
Just normal girls. Anything else to chit chat about before we get down to the wrestling? Anything with old Pete Bouchard? Is he any good weather this week? Or?
Someone in our Discord didn't understand that we were saying Pete Bouchard, and what they heard was Peepoo Shard. And I can't, like, the next winter, because I really follow him during the winter. That's when I'm obsessed with him. The next time he predicts a snowstorm that doesn't happen, I'm going to be classic Peepoo.
Peepoo Shark, the Pepe Le Pew of Boston. Oh, Peepoo, you've done it again.
Damn it, Peepoo.
People, why don't you go murder a goat and maybe you'll know how to predict
what the weather will be. Find some entrails, Peepoo.
Oh, Peepoo fucked the entrails again. Oh, wow. I love our occultic weatherman. Okay. So, but you guys, I think I'm kind of sensing from your faces that you kind of feel like the time now is to talk about the wrestling.
I think we have to.
I'm not in any rush. It's just that I don't have anything else in the bag.
I did prep another topic, but it's a more lengthy one, and I think it would be a little self-indulgent. Probably I could save it for next week.
Okay. Oh, all right. I guess I'll say yes, save it for next week, but as you can tell from my hesitations, I'm not all in on going to the wrestling now, but
I'm reading this book yesteryear. Big buzz.
Oh!
Huge buzz. Wanted to check in, see if you guys had heard anything about it, and want to register my complaints.
Yeah. Okay,
feelings.
You do have to hold it for next week then, because I did start it, and within a page was I have huge problems already with the fact that anyone has recommended this to me, because I think from the first sentence, basically, I'm I don't think you know how tense works. I do not think you know how tense works.
There are so many weird errors. And this is a huge, for listeners, a huge buzzy book. They sold the film rights, I think, before the book was finished. And Anne Hathaway is going to star in the movie. Yeah. But you'll be mid-scene and it'll be I lived in a one-story simple house. And then 2 paragraphs later, she's oh yeah, the girls can come upstairs with me. And you're just well, I mean, it's not a big deal, but it's just there are a lot of things like that.
I think it's a bit of a big deal because immediately I'm saying AI.
Yeah, I don't think it's AI, but I feel like it's sloppy editing at least.
Yeah. I guess you don't think that. I think I could remember when writing a book how many floors I said.
Yeah, I think it's the kind of thing though. I don't know if you've done this where you're writing and you're consistent, but then you go back and edit something and you edit one instance and miss the other instances. More my thought of what's happening.
All right, that's fair enough. That's fair enough.
Well, I haven't heard about this book at all, but if you delay it till next week,
I'll
read it.
Yeah,
that's what I'm saying. I dropped it immediately, but I'm willing to hate read it so that we can have a robust discussion about it next week.
Love it. Yeah, the premise is a trad wife influencer appears to have gone back in time to the real trad times.
Topical stuff.
Very topical. You
Topical
can see why it's sold. It's a good premise, but I think I have some fundamental issues with it.
I'm kind of wondering immediately if one of my favorite children's books, Margaret Haddox's Running Out of Time, might cover some of the same themes more intelligently.
Oh.
And that's a book that has the same twist as a little M. Night Shyamalan movie called The Village. But when The Village came out, nobody was talking about running out of time. Same as with Backrooms.
Okay, that's crazy, actually. Yeah.
Anyway.
M. Night.
Well. Okay, well, we'll all read yesteryear. We'll have book club next week. But for now, it's wrestling. And we watched it, and we love to talk about it. And we've got... we'll find things to say as per usual, but I would say a fairly uneventful Dynamite.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was one of those where you're well, not a lot of plot. There was a lot of wrestling.
I think right before the main event, I literally was guys, what happened during this episode?
You did say that, yeah.
Yeah.
And the answer was some matches that actually did really electrify me, but plot-wise, very few developments. So we'll start with this week on Dynamite. We heard from both the Conglomeration and what's been called in the recaps Team DCMJF ahead of their upcoming Forbidden Door Steel Cage 1 of 3 main event match. So first, Renee interviewed the Conglomeration backstage, and she was asking all the men whether they felt ready for the upcoming violence of the steel cage match. And Darby Allin was there with face paint very freshly applied, and he immediately was like, no, I don't feel ready, but I have no choice but to answer the call of being in this match, winning this match, because this is Mark Briscoe's chance.
This is Mark Briscoe's only chance. I was like, oh, you've met Mark, have you? Didn't know.
You guys have talked before? You guys are friends?
He was like, of course I don't feel ready, but I'm so committed to Mark Briscoe that I have no choice.
He said, what did he say? Oh, I have the quote here. I will do everything physically possible to make sure we win. And I hope any of you looking around sternly was the most like stern teacher vibes Darby's ever had. I hope any of you would do the same.
That's like when faced with the Conglomeration, even Darby Allin has to get a little bit stern.
I guess. And Roddy immediately dismissively goes, oh, of course, dude. You know my thing with MJF? And he's just like off on something. Darby's still looking around like, and we're all ready to die, right? I thought it would be fun for a change. Like, I want to die. I thought it might be fun to die with my comrades. Everybody wants to die, right?
Yeah, of course, dude. Yeah, totally.
Yeah, totally. We all want to die. I'm mad at MJF because of how he fucked over my great friend, Adam! Roddy, your life is a constant humiliation of your own doing.
And it is one of those things where I'm like, Andrade, are you watching this? Because this could be you. Keep
You're right on that.
Keep overusing that fucking catchphrase, and you're gonna be Adaming all over the place.
But then it's like, I feel like Andrade is like, but then I cycle back around, girls. Don't you remember that it comes in waves? You'll get tired of it, but then eventually I'll do it so much that it'll circle right back around to funny. And it's like, yeah, but then it circles right back around to bad again. It's like, do you want to be on that merry-go-round for the rest of your life?
Where is Roddy getting the positive reinforcement for this is my question. Like, I've never seen anyone say it's good. I don't think.
I've definitely said it's good once or twice. I mean,
he had
some moments where it really...
Yeah.
But I'm actually a little worried that he might have wandered back into the territory just because of... There's a part later on in the schedule where I can't remember for the life of me who has the trios belts right now. And I go to Wikipedia to find out. And I'm like, oh, right, the Conglomeration. And then I'm looking at the picture of OC, Roddy, and Kyle, the belt holders. And OC and Kyle look cool. They look like they are good at what they do. And then in the middle of them, they've used an old picture of Roddy looking waxed and pale and young and strange. And I thought, Roddy, this is so humiliating. Just like you humiliate yourself every time you scream, Adam! And I liked it. I was like, it's fun that you humiliate yourself all the time. That's actually a fun character note.
It would be a fun bit if they only use, like, very old, like, grainy pictures of Roddy.
Yeah, yeah. Or, like, baby pictures, even. Or, I don't know, you know?
Right. Get some high school pics in here, you know?
Well, so then you have Darby's like, we all are prepared to die. Roddy's like, Adam! And OC says, I'm going to make sure all of us have backpacks for the match. We can put whatever we want in. I'm pretty sure Takeshita's going to put the international title in his backpack tonight after he beats Ricochet on Message. And I'm pretty sure that covers everybody. And then Kyle says, Mark Briscoe is not here. The man leading us to war is not here, but that sicko, you'll be hearing from him tonight. And I thought these men are in different worlds. This is not a space of true emotional support and intimacy.
No. And they keep talking like they are all best friends, brothers in arms, ready to die side by side, like deep, loving male friendships. And it's like, I don't know, like you don't notice when each other aren't there.
Yeah. But that's interesting. It's more interesting than if they were really acting like brothers. Like, it is amazing to me for Darby to be like, I only met Mark Briscoe one day ago, but I actively want to die for him, as we all do. OC from another planet is like, we're all going to have backpacks, and you can put anything you want in a backpack, and a backpack is a safe space that you take with you wherever you go, and no one can hurt you in a backpack.
This is interesting, actually, because, like, Darby just met Mark Briscoe, willing to die for him.
Yeah.
And OC, meanwhile, like, now everyone has, like, an OC-style shirt. They've all got their OC backpacks. Yeah. Like, OC's clearly running a cult. Like, is OC... perhaps inadvertently due to his deep emotional distress over his dead wife, Chuck Taylor,
yes,
accidentally, like, mentally projecting we're all best friends onto each other, and they're all, like, getting brainwashed into it because he needs best friends so badly. So they're like, I don't know what it is, but I need to die for Mark Briscoe right now.
Late in life manifestation of X-Men powers. He hasn't noticed that's what's going on.
No.
If we're in the X-Men comic world, then Chuck Taylor is certainly still alive, or will be coming back to life, or a clone of him will be coming back to life. Yeah. I like this. I like this very much.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And it's like OC accidentally running a cult because he's got telepathic powers that were activated by his pain.
He's influencing people without realizing it.
Yes. Anyone who stands too near him is like, I don't know, it's just these are the most important people of my life now.
Yeah. I guess this is maybe this is actually kind of WandaVision. It's all comics, Allie. It's all comics, but it's X-Men. I think that's right. Good work, Anne. You made it. You really made it work.
Dust my hands off.
Anne's like, I'll log off.
I really back this theory because it's way sexier, but what I was going to say, maybe it's just an accurate representation of male friendships, because you know how we've been giving the Kiss and O&R boys shit because they've been friends for 30 years and nobody knows anything about James.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a very good point. And actually, what we've gotten from them when it's come up is they're just all looking at us like, why would we know that?
Yeah, why would we ever ask him that question, that basic human question about
we don't
his life?
We don't want it. We don't want to. We don't need to know. Like, our vibe is like, you're gonna really start thinking once we show you that you don't know this. And they're like, no, we know we don't know it, and we don't want to. We love you, boys. Well, okay. Oh, that's right. I moved that later. Okay. Later in the show, MJF and the DCF gather to cut a variety of little promos on their Conglomeration counterparts. So Kevin Knight is explaining that he's excited to kill Darby, who's excited to die, which is a beautiful synchronicity. And he reminds MJF, and after this match, I'll get my title shot, which I need badly. And MJF says, sure, kid, whatever you want. Dismissively. Okada calls someone, or maybe a whole group of someone, maybe all of them, a bitch. Kyle Fletcher is like, I'm an alpha. I'm the alpha now. And then he says, and this is a moment of real confusion for me. He says, the second that door is locked, I am coming for you, Takeshita. I said, we're locking the forbidden door?
I know. I had the exact same thing where I was like, now, is because nobody came through it? So we have to lock it now?
That explains, or maybe that's why no one...
Yeah.
No one came through because Kyle Fletcher locked it. He's like, the second I lock that door, we're like, whoa, hold on.
Yeah.
let
some guys through here. Mox is fighting Bandito. What are we doing?
He was referencing the actual door of the actual steel cage.
Which, as we know from our favorite cage matches, doesn't stay locked.
Doesn't stay locked. No lock on that thing. No lock.
Even when the premise of the match is that you have to climb out of the cage.
You can just go through.
In fact, I think we saw the door open more times with that premise than we've ever seen it open in a match where it could open legally.
Yeah.
Although I don't know if it could ever open legally. Well, anyway, he wasn't talking about the forbidden door. He was talking about the cage door. And Andrade tries to get in there, but he can't because MJF talks over him. MJF cuts a promo on Mark Briscoe. This is just kind of some light class warfare. He wants to talk about blue collar versus white collar stuff. And that's kind of what he does. And then he's talking up the DCF, but he turns around and he notices that Rocky and Greg are there and has a moment where he's just like, why are these useless hunks of meat here? These aren't the meats that I'm renting.
And Don Callis, like, turned around and, like, he hadn't known that Greg and Rocky were there. He was like, oh, what are you doing here? Like, get out, get out. And it's like, oh, yeah, basement boys confirmed, I think.
And they slunk off like they knew it.
They looked mad. They looked, but like in like, comedy cranky, where it's just like, oh shit, we were really getting away with it too.
Yeah, we really snuck in there. Don told us to stay home in the basement, but
I love that it's like I'm imagining Don putting more and more locks on the basement and just being like he's like plugging up the basement. Like he's like, there's no way out of this basement, but somehow Greg and Rocky always get out, you know? And they always seem to kind of like if you ask, like, how'd you get out of the basement? They just look kind of confused, like, well, we're just here.
I do kind of think all the time about the time we had the little headcanon about them like getting lost and having to make their way cross country, and then when they get back, you were like, Don would be like, "Oh, Rocky, you're always underfoot," and like doesn't notice he hasn't been there for a month. It felt true.
Yeah, it really does feel right. Okay, so that's all going on. Don Callis unveiled a new T-shirt, which was of him and MJF both very scantily clad, flexing sexually for each other.
Don consistently really does love that. Like the one of him and Kenny Omega both shirtless with the oil painting.
Yeah. It's one of his favorite little bits, and MJF was really excited in a way almost to a degree where if I were giving him characterization credit, which I never am, like I was like, it is kind of coming off like you didn't mean to be truly excited about this, but actually it is really fun to be a part of something. And so he's being like, we're all going to wear the T-shirt. And then they turn around to show the T-shirt to all the other boys in the DCF. And they make a variety of faces. Kyle Fletcher does my favorite thing that you can do that no one ever really actually does. I just imagine it a lot. He pinches the bridge of his nose. Like I have a tension headache about this. And I said, award, Mommy's a Lamb award.
Wow. I don't know if Kyle Fletcher's ever won it before.
I don't think so. And he probably doesn't really deserve it for this, but it's my favorite thing to see. So
yeah, I like it.
Yeah. Any thoughts on any of that?
It was fine. It's just like I am not hyped up for MJF versus Mark Briscoe particularly.
No. Every time I remember that's what this is all leading to. Like, it's like I actually am. I think the cage match will be good. Yeah. Totally. I think it'll be good. But when I remember that it's for an MJF Mark Briscoe match, it's like, yeah. I guess.
It's like the white collar versus blue collar stuff. It's like, yeah, that's fine, I guess. I mean,
Ricochet and Takeshita then main event Dynamite, and Takeshita wins, retaining his title he has, that I can definitely remember that he has. And I didn't forget for large swaths of writing this schedule that he had it and think that Ricochet had it. Takeshita then left, crossing paths with Mark Briscoe, who was storming out to cut his in-ring promo on MJF, which also I think was just about class. Maybe?
Yeah.
And friendship?
It was a lot about friendship. It was a lot about, well, now that I understand that OC is brainwashing him inadvertently, it all makes sense. But it was very like, I have brothers who will die for me and you don't have anybody. And, you know, you say like you're rich, but it was kind of like what really matters in life is friendship.
Which is true.
Certainly is. Would perhaps be a little more convincing.
Yeah.
If it seemed like Mark Briscoe knew who was in the conglomeration.
Yeah. Good point.
And I certainly believe that Kyle O'Reilly loves him more than anyone.
Absolutely, yeah. Kyle is the really the one aspect of the conglomeration where you're like, you do embody it. I think you do.
And in some ways, I think he's like the unifying link too.
Yes. Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Because he brought Roddy and OC together. I think Roddy and OC, I mean, OC has to be doing brainwashing by accident because Roddy and OC do like each other. Now, I think is what the show wants me to think. I think.
Yeah, I think so. They had, some little in-match storylines about it. Yeah, and Kyle O'Reilly does for sure have like the energy of someone who always wants to like combine friend groups, whether the friend groups want it or not, know, and just keep doing it and not noticing that no one's having a good time.
And the second you put it that way, I'm like, oh yeah, and that's really good. Yeah, that is really funny. I kind of wish that were the point of the conglomeration, was that they're all just like, we're really just here for Kyle, who for some reason won't stop inviting us to events together. But what are you going to do? He's so enthusiastic. And so, well, he cuts this whole promo that what I'm gathering from this is that none of us remember that much of it. I remember it being I guess this is what you would say. It's not that thrilling.
Yeah.
Leah, I think you in your note said it's what he had to say.
Right. I mean, the thing is, he's not doing a bad job. He's doing exactly what he should be doing. But the problem is that, like, MJF was champ for an entire fucking year. He blew through all of his opponents. So it's like, he's reduced to feuding with Mark Briscoe. No one is under the impression that Mark Briscoe can win the championship. So it's like, he's saying the things that he's supposed to say, he's saying the babyface stuff, but ultimately it's like, he's good, like, Mark Briscoe's team is going to win the cage match so that he can get the title shot, but he's not going to win the title shot. So he's saying the stuff he's supposed to say. He's doing, like, everybody's doing what they need to do, but we all know where this is going, and it's just, like, along the lines, it's like, you know, like, it's like color by numbers sort of thing, where it's like, you've assembled it.
How soon is Wembley?
It's in August.
Oh, okay. All right.
Yeah, I, like, rewatched this because I remembered so little about it. And it totally was, like, the delivery is good. Like, it's all, like, pretty coherent. Like, he and MJF, like, blue collar, white collar, like, it makes sense. I think, and it's like, and I know lots of people really love Mark Briscoe. And I'm never mad at Mark Briscoe. Like, I always feel like he's doing, like, a perfectly fine job. But it's like, nothing he ever does, like, electrifies me or makes me very interested in it. And I feel like he's very, like, untouched. Like, you know, MJF was doing the, like, I'm rich and you're blue collar and poor and whatever. But it's like, that doesn't bother Mark Briscoe. Like, I would never, like, not for a second. And it's like, it would be a little more interesting.
What does bother Mark Briscoe?
Right. It's like nothing bothers Mark Briscoe. It's like his character isn't going to grow. Right. It's not going to, he's not going to get affected by anything. So it's like, you know, I think if you had a very insecure character who, like, got taunted for being, like, a poor hillbilly or whatever,
that's
like,
now you're
that could be interesting.
Now you got a suit on.
Yeah.
But Mark Briscoe is just like, but friendship, you know, it's like, it's not sexy.
I mean, another unifying thing about the conglomeration, unfortunately, are that they are people that never really change. Like, they are just the same. Yeah. And they've all been doing their same stuff for the entire times that we've known them. And it's not bad stuff, you know what I mean? Like, they're all fun, unique characters, but it's like, it's when you put it against MJF, who's also not interested in like anything more than surface level, it's hard to fully get into.
I guess it's funny because it's like, I think we come off sounding so mean towards the conglomeration when it's like, most of their bits I really enjoy. Like, you know, it's like, I love watching them when they show up. It's just when I'm trying to actually think about a storyline as a story where I'm just like, well, if the conglomeration can't do that. Like, they're, you know, and if you don't want it, then that's fine. But if you do want it, it's just like, okay, well, there's nothing here, so... MJF, rich in money, poor in opponents, as you've pointed out, and so here we are. And I don't understand the path that we're on as we head towards.
I feel like I'm going to be saying that a lot tonight, where I'm just like, nobody's doing anything wrong. It's just there's not a lot there, you know. It's not bad, but for our particular podcast where we like break down specific things, nobody is very much doing the thing that we like.
No one want to give us what we want right now. No one want to give us what we want. Anything you want to say about what you anticipate for the cage match or any of the storylines in there? Will Darby die as he so desperately desires to?
This is going to come out Sunday morning, and I'm actually not even going to watch the pay-per-view until like Monday night. But I am saying now that I think Andrade is going to cause them to lose. He's going to cause his team to lose the cage match because he's pissed off at MJF.
Yeah, that's got to be right. And they're really driving that one home. And actually, Andrade is doing great work. not catchphrase wise, really bad work, but just in terms of looking upset and starting arguments that then get cut off and then he looks frustrated. He's doing that really well.
Yeah.
And what he's also doing really well is wearing so many layers of clothes. Just the way I like to see him covered up, like honestly almost looking like he's going to a funeral on a chilly day in some of these segments.
One of the times we saw him, he was wearing like 3 layers of clothes and he had like girl hair that he kept like flicking over his shoulder, and he's like, and I was like, you are flirting with us. Now
you're flirting with us.
That's gonna get you some points in the tournament.
It's like
backstage, all they do is talk about the best spots tournament, and it's like, and Mark Davis has so much confidence, and Andrade is like, I gotta find a best. Like,
we're getting anonymous messages that's like, what if next year, like, if you think a body looks better covered up, you look at pictures of it covered up. Like, what about that? And then maybe
so
those bodies would have a chance.
Send us anonymous DMs like that. That would be incredible. Just getting burners. What if you think the way you like the body the best, and then you look at that version of it?
If you look at a covered up Andrade and you think that he looks so handsome and you love his body that way, well then why should you not look at that for your little competition?
I love the idea of us working on the best bods tournament, except it's with fully clothed people, but it's not a fashion tournament. At no point are we commenting on the clothes. Just apparently how they fit on the bod.
How they fit on the bod. Or it's like kind of a Schrodinger's body. Like, it's like, I love the suggestion of the body that I get from these clothes, which I guess is fit, but it's
about bodies.
what I imagine Andrade's body looking like is like so juicy, like not what you end up seeing when the funeral garment comes off.
Yeah.
The burners start just like anonymously DMing us pictures of them like kind of standing slumped, like unflexed, and like with a little tummy, like just, you know, the way like big guys with muscles, like they've drunk a lot of water. It's all taken care of.
What I'd like to see in January, February of every single year is a sudden uptick on Instagram of wrestlers just posting pictures of themselves watching TV, just looking relaxed,
just shirtless and cuddly looking on a couch. That would go a long way.
My God, you know what? I encourage all these wrestlers, work the system.
Yeah.
See if you can get further than you ever imagined you could with us.
Because, we're going to your Instagram, we're not going way deep in there. We're looking at those top pictures.
No.
So,
exactly.
Post something in February and...
Easily influenced is what we'll say of ourselves. All right. Now, I don't think that we can come up with any plot. I think we've made it clear that we have no plot thoughts about any of this. So good luck to the men in the cage, and I can't wait for the door to be locked. Dynamite opened with a backstage segment in which Mox was giving a pep talk to the Death Riders and to Will Ospreay and reminding them to have each other's backs. And then the Death Riders, I guess, have a little pre-game tradition where they form a little circle together with their arms over each other, and they prance in the circle excitedly. And it seemed like Will Ospreay perhaps has not been included in this, maybe in the past, or maybe has, but it was really...
He said, when Dave said, get in here, he said, what is this? It's like, so you've never been in any kind of huddle, no group hug
I've never seen a huddle like that, I will say. I've never seen a huddle that
It looked normal before they started the prancing, I will say.
Where they rung around the rosy, you're right. It started... That is, honestly... a good classic, purposeful character note. Yeah, of just like, he's never, loves the concept of a team, has never seen one in action before. So, and then they spin so excitedly that then when Will Ospreay steps away, he falls over. And the way he did it, I actually was like, I think this might be a shoot. I think you fell for shoot.
And I loved the way Mox just like flicked a look at him, like just like
classic.
I loved it.
It's just
Mox
like that.
Is like, for once it wasn't me. That's what Mox is thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This God, he really just a dog who became a person, you know? What can you say?
Marina helped him up.
And then he had a little moment with Danny Garcia after that, What's going on with that?
I don't know, but it was very like Danny was kind of like laughing, I guess, because of his perhaps shoot fall, and then they're just kind of like grinning at each other, and it was like, okay, guys.
I think initially I kind of thought, like, I was like, are Danny Garcia, because Danny like baited Ospreay into that big reaction last week, or whenever it was, last week I think. I was like, are they building a fight, as our friend might suggest?
I think they're going to wrestle.
This is the funniest way that I could now be name-checking poor Mife on a weekly basis. I'm like, and as Mife taught me, they might wrestle. I thought that initially, but it's weird. It's getting like weirder.
It's
like I don't understand what either of them is communicating. And this week, I mean, I'll get to this a little later, but Ospreay ran out to save Danny Garcia, prone Danny Garcia from further violence. And I was like, oh, I thought maybe you guys were going to be getting mad at each other, but you like each other? Like.
I mean, that seems like classic Danny Garcia stuff to be like, I want this guy to be my friend, so I'm going to be the most annoying person in the entire world. And Will Ospreay's never had a friend, so he doesn't know that that's like annoying behavior. He's just like, oh, all right.
He doesn't know it's annoying. It's like, seems fine and normal. Well, they're building something.
Do you think it's like
cooking in there?
Pac refuses to give Will Ospreay the time of day. Like, he won't high five him. He won't pay him any attention. And Claudio is so professional. So Will Ospreay keeps like ending up talking to Danny Garcia because he's the only one that will talk to him.
I mean, maybe, but it's like, then what's going on with Yuta? And I guess it's like Yuta's just in his... He's in his sexy... Well, we'll get to this too, but let's get to it now, I guess. Yuta has a new thing where he's wearing panties. He's
slutty little trunks.
Wearing these slutty little panties. And it's like, have we seen his thighs before this?
I feel like no. I felt quite scandalized. I was like, your biological fathers believe in long boys.
I know, we never see their thighs. So this is crazy. So it's kind of like, it's like he and Danny have been obviously like the children of the Death Riders. Uh-huh. But it's like, I don't know. I guess it's like Yuta got his period and he's like, I'm a grown up now. I'm too cool for you, Danny. Is that right? He's got a little...
I don't know. I feel like it's possible Wheeler's just getting like strangled to completion by Mox all the time, so Ospreay can't really talk to him either.
Of course, too busy getting strangled to completion, certainly. So it's like they're just like the last guys on the bench. They're on the bench together. Danny and Ospreay are on the bench together, and they're chit-chatting.
Oh my gosh.
Well, we'll just see how it plays out, I suppose. The Death Riders are heading out after this for a trios match versus Mystico and Brodito. This was not a shining moment for me. First, couldn't remember who the trios champs are, Conglomeration. Then also thought that Mystico and Brodito had been a trio before, perhaps a championship holding trio. No.
Well, it's understandable that you thought it, though, because it was like, well, Mystico was a trios champ briefly with someone inexplicable. So it's like, Brodito seemed plausible to me as well.
It makes honestly just as much sense as Jet Speed did.
Jet Speed feels crazier. More sense.
Yeah. It feels like it maybe should have been Brodito and Mystico. It's crazy that Mystico got caught up in what is... I don't know if it'll continue to play out, actually, between Jet Speed. R.I.P. Miss you boys. Mystico had showed up on Collision to fight Dante Martin. Sure. And this match was fun. And Yuta was in his slutty trunks. The other thing... So this is now just Forbidden Door matches, which you guys, listeners, are about to see. Mox, again, will be fighting Bandito. Question mark.
Yeah. Why?
Yeah. Why?
Crazy.
There's nobody in New Japan he wants to fight?
And like, even for like an AEW only pay-per-view, it's like a little bit of a weird match.
Yeah. It's like the match itself I'm happy to see. I don't know that I've been sold on it. And I think everyone who's said like this week, some people have been saying it for a long time, and I didn't agree with it the whole time, but I do agree right now. I'm like, I don't know that I think that the face and the heel affiliations are really working right now. I think that maybe we might need to iron out some of the ethical stuff.
Yeah.
Perhaps. Pac also challenged Shota Umino to a match, and Shota Umino accepted. So he's coming for a match. He has a title that I didn't write down the name of. And I think he's just coming to visit his dad. I think he just wants to see his dad.
That's nice.
So that's nice. We like family.
Nice.
Matt Sydal is back, and he had a segment on Collision with Christopher Daniels, VP.
To see Matt Sydal and Red Velvet in the same week, it's like, hey, 2021 is back.
And I love it because I had a really unexpected reaction, but probably expected if you listen to this podcast, because I think it's happened to me many times. The segment came on. I'm sitting there. I'm like, oh, Matt Sydal, you're back, sweet boy. And then I was like, what the fuck do you mean, sweet boy? You have literally no feelings about Matt Sydal. I was like, I do. He's a sweet boy. He's actually a sweet boy. Oh, you're back, sweet boy.
Anyone we watched in 2020 and 2021, like automatically now I have like
bonded.
a sweet boy reaction to. Yeah.
It's just like
Sammy Guevara. You hated him in 2020
actually,
and 2021.
I lived through the pandemic with him. We were roommates during the pandemic.
We were roommates during the pandemic. Even Cody, I feel kind of fond of.
I don't know if I'd go that far, but I don't know. Maybe if I saw Cody not on WWE, who knows what could happen to me? This proved that anything could. I've never had a single feeling about Matt Sydal in my life. Oh, sweet boy. Throughout the whole segment, I'm just like, I'm glad you're feeling better, sweet boy.
Remember that period of time where we also kept seeing his brother who looked
Mike Sydal.
weirdly like him? Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like there was a time back then when it felt like it was important to know the Sydals and which was which and stuff, when we were trying to learn everybody's names.
Yeah, we thought that was going to come up a lot more. You know how like when you were little and you thought lava was going to be...
That's true. Quicksand.
Quicksand. You thought quicksand was going to be a bigger problem? I thought Mike Sydal was going to be a bigger problem.
Yeah.
We didn't know how many new men Tony was going to bring in over the years, so that at a certain point, it's like, all my sweet boys are gone, and now I only have my Hurt Syndicates left,
Yep.
But we have people other than the Hurt Syndicate. Don't worry about that. Also on Dynamite, Will Ospreay fought El Phantasmo, Canadian, in a little, kind of an oink-up warm-up match is what I've called it. He's just staying limber for the big day. Leah, speak on it.
I had this crazy reaction when I saw ELP because I was like, now this is Forbidden Door. When I see ELP,
my Forbidden Door.
That's Forbidden Door. I like when he comes out and I say to him, that's my son's friend.
It's like watching the first Robin of the season. Yeah. Like, now it's Forbidden Door.
Yeah, now we're here. And then I had like this whole thing where I was like, no, it's my friend's son, and he goes to boarding school. And my friend brings him over for a play date once a year when he's home from boarding school. Yeah. And he's very polite to me. Like, I ask him how school is, and he tells me about it. He's very polite. And then he goes into the basement with Dustin, and I say, what a nice boy.
Yeah. And actually, I'm like, it literally is. I'm like, I think that's our friend Mary Ixura's son.
Yeah.
And we are like, and she's like, they know each other a little bit. Like, and I'm like, oh yeah, they saw each other. Yeah, because I've been to barbecues together. We've had barbecues together. So we're upstairs gabbing, and who God knows what we're gabbing about. And sometimes we're calling down like, anyone want crudité? Pizza? Boys? We're hearing weird noises down there.
Like, should one of us bring some snacks down just to like see what's going on down there?
But also a little bit like just kind of like, oh my God, remember when they were just babies and we had them lying on the blanket together? And
they've seen each other like once every 2 to 3 years their whole lives.
Let's just sneak down there and just like see if they're having a fun hang. And then we get like 2 steps down and then we're like, they are 16-year-old boys. I don't know what they're doing, and I don't know if I want to know. And we go back upstairs.
So we open another bottle of wine.
The night is young. Yeah, I love that. And that's what Forbidden Door season should be. We have our friends over, and their sons are in the basement. And that's normal.
On Trish and Sarah this week, they were talking. I forget how it even came up, and Sarah randomly was like, "And Hiromu doesn't even go to New Japan anymore." And I was like, "Hiromu doesn't go to New Japan? Is that why I haven't seen him?" Yeah, that's my other one.
Now, did I know that Hiromu left? Did Naito leave?
Yes,
Naito went to Noah.
Noah, that's right. Yeah, I think Hiromu's maybe going to DDT.
Hiromu left too?
Yeah, that's what I just found out on Trish and Sarah this week.
Do they have custody of any men over there right now?
I think that was about a 15-minute segment on Trish and Sarah this week.
It's an issue.
Nobody goes to New Japan.
Nobody goes to...
Their boarding school is cleaned out.
Wow, they've got to start recruiting, you know? I'm sure they haven't thought about that. I'm probably the first person to say it, so...
They should listen to Trish and Sarah this week. They'll learn some stuff.
They'll learn some stuff. They'll find out who doesn't go there anymore.
Yeah.
That's probably
good suggestions.
I love the idea of... I'm just imagining like Rocky Romero listening to Trish and Sarah and being like, Hiromu's gone. He's just making a list. He's like, I've got to try to keep track of who we have custody of. Really?
He's like, while I've been in Doug House's basement, we lost both those guys?
He's just like texting people. He's like, I'm getting some startling information about this promotion. All right. Ospreay. Oh, ELP. I did think this match was really fun. I had a good time. I like ELP. I think he's fun.
I think he's cute.
Should we adopt him? Should he come here?
Really, if he wanted to go to school in the city we live in, Tunnel Talk, Cleveland, Ohio, I think. If he wanted to go to school here in Cleveland, like, he could stay. We would be happy to keep him for a year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
We got a spare room. Dustin doesn't mind sharing.
Dustin would love to share. Dustin's like,
Mom! This is my room! You didn't even ask me.
Well, it's not. You don't pay the mortgage, Dustin.
Yeah, start contributing. Then you can have an opinion.
Get a job.
You've got that second bunk bed in there anyway. You're not even using it. He's like, Mom, that's where I keep my stuff.
That's where I keep my stuff. Dustin, you made us get you those bunk beds, and you said that when you had the bunk beds, you'd have so much room for activities. But you know what? I never see you doing activities.
He's like, I was like 8. God.
Oh, we love our boy.
Our little imagines.
I'm going to miss him when he moves out.
He's going to college soon. It's going to be so quiet around here.
Yeah.
He actually moved out like 2 years ago, and we're still talking like this.
We can still hear him when we listen hard. We can still hear him.
He's like, Mom, I said, is there still leftover lasagna? You don't live here, Dustin. You have a meal plan. All right. Where am I in this? Do we find ELP interesting and or fuckable? Both. Like that. Ospreay won the match. Afterwards, Swerve's music hit because he was coming out for his match versus Danny Garcia. TK, you mischievous little imp. You book it like that so they cross over? You little imp. Ospreay and Swerve make meaningful eyes at each other. Swerve continues out to meet Danny Garcia, who is outside in the parking lot, revving himself up, kind of, in his little panties, like getting ready to come in his little panties.
He's just in a parking lot in broad daylight in panties and like a little slutty tank top. And it was just like, so Danny, do you think this makes you look tough and cool? Or
it made him
look like a boy in his underwear?
But the fact that he was aping Matt Mox made it even better because he was like, I'm just like Dad. I'm just like Dad.
Yeah, it's literally the Jungle Book. I want to be like you. I want to walk like you, talk like you.
Yeah.
Oh, so sweet. What a sweet boy. You're right. He was just in his underwear, but he looked like he was having fun, and that's what's important. And he came out for his match, and this is a match that I sat down. I was doing something else, and I thought, this is really good. I will actually sit down and watch this. I had a blast. I really liked this.
Yeah, it was very good.
They were flip-flopping each other, but it hard. It looked real. It looked good. I liked it.
And there was a couple moments where Daniel Garcia kept eeling out of Swerve's grasp, and Swerve did look annoyed. I like that.
And that's good. It's good characterization, good physical characterization. It's like, that is who he is. He's eeling out.
Annoying. Yeah.
Annoying. Swerve wins the match. He beats Garcia just like Ospreay won his match with ELP. I would not say that I clocked that in the moment, but I'm glad to receive the information later. Parallelism. Then Swerve tried to do some additional violence to Garcia. I think was successfully doing some additional violence. And as mentioned earlier, Ospreay ran out to intervene. He had a chair. He drove Swerve off. Swerve goes up the ramp. He's posing with the oink up. He's kind of cheesing, you know? He's like leaning on the pedestal with the oink up and making big eyes and being like, I'm gonna fuck this thing big time. And Ospreay didn't look like he liked it. And the end. And so that's what happened there, right?
Yeah.
That's the whole thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was. I mean, the thing is that they did very good work last time, so it was fine for them just to like smolder at each other. It's a little hard just because it was light. The rest of Dynamite was kind of light, where it's like, okay, well, boys, I was actually kind of counting on you to give us a little more to talk about. But it was good. They did smolder in a way that I was like, you guys are going to have a very good match. I know this to be true.
It will be very good. It will be very good.
For sure. I really, really was hoping for more on mic time for that, especially from Swerve, but you know, what are you going to do?
You just can't always get what you want. And, you know, actually, a lot of times you can't.
Yeah, kind of most of the time. Yeah.
Most of the time you can't, yeah.
During commentary, during one of their matches, said that Wembley was something that all British children dream of, which for some reason was the funniest phrasing. It was like, wow, it's really crucial for British childhood, this stadium.
It just kind of felt like, I was like, I guess I believe you. I don't have, there's nothing I can think of that we could say similarly. I guess it would be like a musician being like Madison Square Garden. Yeah. But
it's like, but if you said like all American children dream of Madison Square Garden, that would be insane.
It would also be crazy. If they said like British wrestlers dream of Wembley or British performers dream of performing in Wembley, that makes sense. Yeah. All children pine for the stadiums. It's so funny.
British wrestlers dream of electric sheep. They pine for the stadium is so fucking funny. It's like you're trying to put yourself in their shoes and be like, I'm a little British child in the schoolyard. What's happening? Let's play Wembley.
Let's imagine. We're kicking the winning goal at Wembley.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm immediately picturing them in like the little short trousers and like
like kind
they're
of
holding a cricket bat.
Yeah. Polo club kind of
How I wish and hope I could get to Wembley.
Maybe one day I'll grow up and I'll go to Wembley and I'll pretend to win a fight at Wembley.
You just need. I think ultimately. It would be good if we had a little more going. And I'm worried. I'm a little worried about what the next few months hold for us.
Girls, you don't think Redemption is going to be our pay-per-view?
When's that one?
July.
Okay, I have to leave now.
Yeah.
It's over for me. I'm afraid I've got to log off.
Allie, it's a pay-per-view every month, baby.
Do you think in 5 years we'll have a pay-per-view every 2 weeks?
It's kaiju. It's kaiju style. We've said it. They're coming faster and faster. I mean, in 2 years, it'll be every hour. Every minute of every day.
Tony Khan's just charging your account $50 like every...
Somewhere out there, Tony Khan is like, well, that was your idea because remember when you said that gas station thing? So you actually said it's a really good idea. So why would you be mad if I'm just running wrestling every minute of every hour of every day? It's like, what's good for the goose is not good for the gander, Tone.
It's like, Tony, you can buy a gas station and have it on 24/7 at that gas station and we will drive there once a year to watch it.
A pilgrimage once a year to just watch a little of our favorite show. But if it can be accessed everywhere, it's just a bit much. And why are we talking about that? Do you think that at the very least, Redemption will have a little bit of ground and pound?
Excalibur said that so matter-of-factly. He was just like, yeah, a little bit of ground and pound out here. It's just like, Excalibur.
Stop it.
Wrestling has broken your brain.
I mean, and it's breaking ours too, but...
Yeah. But at least we still hear Slugfest as Slutfest, you know?
We'll always have Slutfest.
We'll always have
Always.
Slutfest. And I think, Anne, you brought it up. You were like, thank God I still hear Slugfest as Slutfest. And I was like, you're right, that's load bearing. Like, if I stopped hearing Slutfest, I couldn't live that way. No. I couldn't live if I actually heard Slugfest.
Ugh.
Yuck.
Repulsive.
All right.
I know. I am a little just concerned about the Wembley bill. It's like we're getting close and I don't feel any excitement yet.
Yeah. Well, let's set it aside because I didn't really order the schedule correctly. So we're cutting to a different topic and then we'll come back to the Wembley build.
Summer goals don't have to mean extreme diets or constant cravings. Quicksilver Scientific's GLP-1 amplifier is designed to support your body's natural metabolic balance and help curb cravings. So staying on track feels easier, not forced. Feel in control, energized, and more aligned with how you want to feel this summer. Get 10% off and free shipping at tryqs.com/podcast. That's tryqs.com/podcast for 10% off and free shipping. These statements have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. This product is not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease.
Okay, so we don't have a TBS champ right now because Willow was our TBS champ and she's injured and she's out. And I think we just haven't had one for a bit and they weren't doing anything about it. Is that right?
I think they were just like, it's cool, we won't have women on the show.
We'll have a
You're right,
tournament
yes.
eventually.
Yeah, they were like, we don't have time for that. We don't have time for all that. So, but now we are doing something about it. And it's called having another tournament at the same time as the current ongoing tournament.
Yeah.
The tournaments are coming faster and faster as well, you'll notice. So this tournament is the TBS Championship Survival of the Fittest. I believe, and I'm really I heard it during the show, but then I thought the recaps would explain it to me again, and they didn't. They didn't think that it was important to explain the tournament, the second tournament that the women are having.
I think that they're competing for slots in a 4-way.
Oh, I thought it was a 6-way.
Might be a 6.
Either a 4 or a 6-way. You're probably right. I don't know why I think I know anything. I heard 6 at some point, but that could have been anything.
1, 2,
You know more than me.
3.
I did not know.
Oh, it is a
competing for
6-way because it's going to be Sheeta versus Statlander versus
know.
Aminata
Shocking.
versus Persephone versus Harley Cameron versus either Micah or Sky Blue.
Okay.
Point on the board.
Yeah, put it on the board.
I think it's a shaky point at best, but thank you. Okay, so together with our powerful minds, we have put together that it's going to be a 6-way. Is it happening at the door?
No.
No, of course it's not happening at the door. Yeah, that's crazy. All right, it's happening some other time. So it's a 6-way. And the winner of the 6-way will be the TBS champ. La, 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 la. So we had a number of qualifying matches for this event this week. So Leah has given us some of those names. So just quick recap before we get to the actual storylines, such as they are. Stat and Mina fought, and Stat won. Queen Aminata and Red Velvet fought. Aminata won. And Harley Cameron and Marina Shafir fought. Harley won. Harley, Stat, and Mina are currently embroiled in a shared storyline that played out in 2 backstage segments on Collision. So first, Lexi Nair was talking to Stat and Mina with Harley also present. And she was like, she asked a question that honestly I love and I would love to hear more often. Are you still friends? Do y'all hang out? And Mina was like, listen, dude, I like you. I've always liked you. As for the whole shit with Sheeta, I told you so. Stat has, honestly, I think this is all for what's happening. They're doing a good job, okay? Let's say that. Yeah. Because Stat is like, I don't need you to be saying, I told you so to me right now. Nobody wants to hear I told you so. Like, just calm down. Then they get into some normal back and forth about, like, they're wanting to win the belt. And it's not totally clear. It's like, I guess they're kind of saying, like, we're friends in a rough place is kind of what you're getting from it. Harley Cameron butts in at one point and is kind of like, okay, let's all just calm down and just, I'll be on commentary and you guys are going to have a great fight and let's all just be cool and shake hands. Now, what happened at the end of this?
All I remember is that I think they stormed off and then Sheeta said something snotty to Lexi. in Japanese?
No, that was the next one.
Oh.
I just watched this segment, but you know what? Just don't worry about it. Okay, don't worry about it. So that's the end of that segment. And then there's another segment where Sheeta's getting interviewed, and Sheeta's just like, the more these bitches fight with each other, the less they think about how they are going to get their asses beaten by me, or something like that. And she was like, you're all going to have to survive me in survival of the fittest. And I actually don't know how she got into survival of the fittest. And I actually don't understand survival of the fittest, anything about it. I feel like I missed a show somehow where it might have been made clearer. I love that silence from my girls who are just like, maybe.
No, I have no idea.
If you didn't read it.
It's very, there's certain times where I think like because you're the one who's like in the schedule trying to link things up, you're like, how did we get to point A to point B? And it's like, oh, I just
my job.
accepted that we're at point B. At no point did I ask questions about how we got here.
You're like, I don't know, dude, you're the train conductor. So. Oh, I don't know. Pull us back into Shining Time Station. I'm sleepy. I'm tired. I don't know how anything happened. Thoughts on all of that, if any?
I liked the Mina and I like both of these, but the Mina and Sat one I liked especially because I like when they like have people just like discuss their relationship and they have some tension and it's kind of been going on for a long time. It's like, I mean, for the women, the bar is kind of in hell, but I thought it was fun. I liked it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's fine. I mean, I still have so much like resentment about how badly the Chris and Sheeta stuff was like handled that like it's hard for me to feel entirely invested because I'm just like the show is like made it so clear to me that I shouldn't be invested. But then I'm like, that's not Chris's fault and I shouldn't like tune out of her promos because I'm mad. Like that is not punishing the right person, but it is kind of a little bit what happens.
I think it's annoying that obviously in the long run, women's storylines mostly don't get followed through on, or like you can tell often that someone had an idea of like these are what the beats of a storyline would be, and it's like that those would be perfectly serviceable to great, but you don't get to do most of them, and you rarely get to do the penultimate ones correctly. So it's like that's a pattern with the women's division, and unfortunately, like Chris especially has been a victim of it a lot. Like, you know, in a way where I'm like, sometimes I will blame Chris a little bit. I'll just be like, Chris, I'm not sure I knew what you were trying to do there. I don't think you made it clear what you were trying to do. But then also clearly circumstances often are just that like she doesn't get to play things out. But she's always trying. She does always try to like be a character, and she is very often the one introducing the like actual interpersonal element, even when it's unclear, into these kinds of scenarios. So I think she gets credit for that, like big credit for that. She'd, I think also, would I like an explanation for kind of like would I like to have had more of an explanation for why she came back this way? Yes. But do I think she's being really fun in this role and playing a chaos agent and a complicating element in a way that is productive for the division? Yes, I do. And I think it's fun for her, honestly. I think it's more fun than when she's a face a little bit. I think
she's having a blast, I think.
Yeah, she's having a blast. And I don't object to, I like Mina Shirakawa being like, I told you so. I think that's fun. Harley Cameron, it made sense for her character. I wouldn't call it especially interesting for her to be the peacemaker there, but it made sense. So it's like everyone is doing a good job, kind of. It's just the kind of thing where you're just like, I don't think this is going anywhere. I don't trust any of this to go anywhere. It probably won't go anywhere.
Yeah.
And that makes it hard to like, you know.
Right, because Tony has spent a lot of time being like, don't get invested in this, so it's hard to sometimes be like, wow, I wonder what's going to happen.
It's like, yeah, it's kind of like, I don't know, probably nothing. Probably nothing ever, probably. But, you know, prove me wrong. I would love to be proved wrong, obviously.
That'd be incredible, yeah.
In the other ongoing women's tournament, Athena fought Maya World in the Oink Up semis and in an upset lost, which means Maya World will go on to fight Mercedes in the finals. Athena and Maya after this match had a big hug, and I think this is a shoot kayfabe mentorship situation, but it seemed more like a loving shoot mentorship and a complicated kayfabe mentorship. They have a big hug. Mercedes comes out. I think she's wearing sparkly jeans, which I'm obsessed with, and they fit really good. I would like to say that. So she's looking really, really good. Everyone is looking really good in the ring, which I love. And Mercedes comes out, and Athena steps back, and Mercedes beckons Maya World in also for a hug and hugs her. And this is really sweet again, because I'm like, I think this is a real shoot hug, which is really sweet. And I love seeing you all here together. And then they did an angle where she seems to be giving her some kind of like murmured mentorship, like, you know, kind of deal. And then Athena swoops in and takes Maya World out. And then Athena and Mercedes have
And Mercedes is laughing. When Athena hits her, that was the part that
loves it.
Cracked me up, is that Mercedes sank into the ropes for a minute, just cackling like a witch, just so amused with herself. Loved it.
I completely loved it. And then she and Athena have like a moment where they're just like, oh, we're in it. We're in it together. We love to be a little mean together. Isn't this naughty of us? And so then they beat My World up a little bit more. Maybe they just taunted her. They beat her and they taunted her.
No, they kicked her.
They kicked her. They kicked her. And then that's the end of Collision, and then we get some recap promos on Dynamite that are just covering more of the relationship stuff leading into a My World Mercedes match. I thought this was great.
Yeah. Really good.
Yeah.
I love My World now. I have no idea, like, I really can't defend it, but I'm just like, I'm charmed by everything that happens. And so it was like really killing me because it did feel like feeling when like, I don't know, she just looked like really moved to have won. And then like that hug from Athena like felt genuine. And Athena whispered something, and it made me think of like when Kenny whispered something to Hangman the first time Hangman won it. And I was just like, this is just such a good moment for her. And to think that like if she really does have a mentor relationship with Athena, and then she's gonna fight Mercedes at a pay-per-view, and you know that Mercedes has to be like at least like a idol figure for her, you know what I mean? Like it just, and it's like honestly to have like this moment where the three black women are standing in the ring having like this storyline that's really working, and they all look cool, and they're all like, I just was like, this is really good. Mercedes, you came back and immediately started something fun. Please don't ever leave again.
I know. It's like, I'm so sorry. And you do deserve to go on vacation, and you shouldn't have to do everything. And we need other lifeguards. And I don't know how we make that happen, but thank you. This is really nice.
I know.
This is really good.
Maybe it's just that, like, I'm like, you have to coordinate your PTO with Tony Castor.
Yeah.
Like, you just, like, the two of you can't be gone at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah. No, and I will say for AEW in general, it's like, it is really, every once in a while it strikes me how nice it is to have like them and Willow too, where it's like, you have a lot of black women who are all very, like, obviously because they like control their own presentation, but it's like they're all so distinct and so like different from each other, and you just get that pretty rarely on television.
Yeah.
So
and it must, I mean, it must feel good, like the way with any like representation issues, like when you're the only person representing, like if you're the only black woman or the only woman or the only, you know, whatever, anything, there's so much pressure. It's like everything you do is like, how is this reflecting on a larger group, which isn't fair. And it's so nice to have multiple people where it's just like, oh my God, this must take the pressure off of all of you to a certain extent.
Right, so. And then you like get to be an individual more, where it's like Willow is Willow, who's a person, you know, and not like a representative of all black womanhood or whatever.
Yes, and, which shouldn't be put on anybody for any group. She said smartly, and that really shouldn't be happening, but it is every day. Ha-ha!
You know, the show Homicide is one of my favorite shows. It's by David Simon, who did The Wire. It's his earlier show, but it had a lot of black characters and was on network TV in the 90s. And I remember I was watching like the DVD commentary, and there were three great characters like talking. And David Simon was like, yeah, the network would give us a lot of notes about how we shouldn't have these three characters like on screen together at the same time too much. God. And it was like, and the other guy on the commentary was like, because they're all black. And he was like, yeah, they thought people would get uncomfortable if they turned on the screen. I was like, that's so fucked up. Like the 90s.
Yeah.
Yep. Probably to this very day.
I would say yes. I would say it's still. I think you're still getting a lot of notes that are really precisely calibrating, quote unquote, like what they think audiences can handle in terms of representation, which is bad. And I'll say it. I think that's really bad.
That's really brave, Allie.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Well, I thought it was real. I like all of them very much. I thought they all did a really good job. It was just it was, such a delightful little, little.
And I hope Mercedes and Athena are friends in kayfabe more often, because I thought that they were a little chaos pair.
It was so fun. Yeah.
So fun.
Yeah.
And it really activated. I had forgotten that they'd had that relationship before because of the storyline I now don't remember. But it activated it for me. And I was like, oh my God, right. This is good. You're bringing back a relationship that I've seen before. Wonderful. Thank you.
I like having Athena back so much. I hope she gets to be on Dynamite more.
Let's see her more. And then finally, we did get another Tekla package about her trip to Stardom this past week, at which she attacked the president of Stardom, Taro Okada, until Starlight Kid came in to attack her. Then she got pulled away by security. We got to see some of the footage of her ranting at the camera with the security guards holding her back, just being like, this is me every day at my job, kind of like, a corporation will never love you back. And she was just like, they don't care about you. They'll use you. And you know how I know they'll use you is because they're letting you fight me and I'm going to murder you. So your employer does not love you and you owe them nothing. Never forget that. And I was like, you're so right, Queen. You are so right.
Yeah.
Tell them. Kids, are y'all listening?
Yeah.
And that's
Who
one
were
thing
we
I think the kids
calling
are
a
listening to.
bootlicker?
Mark Briscoe.
Yeah.
Yeah. Mark Briscoe, you listen to Tekla.
Listen to Tekla. He's like, no, Tony Khan does love me, actually. He loves me for real.
He'll always take care of me. He'll never make me fight Tekla.
And you know what? That's the one thing he probably won't make you do. Yeah.
True.
She's carrying the entire Forbidden Door on her back. She's my dream girl. I want to kiss her so nasty.
Yeah.
I want to kiss her really nasty, And it's okay to say it.
Yeah. It was so funny, too. It's like seeing this, and then Clark Connors, we're going to talk about, the dogs had a promo too, and I was thinking about them dating, and Clark Connors is so much more like beautiful and booby and feminine, kind of, in a way that I was like, I'm kind of into this as a group.
So what I will say is, somebody came and told us in our channel, FYI, I think that they might have been like, I thought you guys knew this. And and then once it was said, I was like, they did know that at one point, but I'd forgotten it. They were like, Clark Connors is dating Tekla. So when you were like, Tekla could be a dog, that's, yeah, totally. That makes sense. And it was like, yeah, maybe I did know that once, but I had no recollection of it. But then this week, having been reminded, this week, in a segment we're about to discuss, Clark Connors comes out in a tank top and he's cutting a promo, or he's like, I don't know, he's looking at the camera and I'm looking at him and I'm like, he's got a nice little pair of boobies there. And then I was looking more closely at the tank top and I was like, that's such an interesting tank top that you wouldn't usually see a man wearing. It really looks like a woman's tank top. And then I was like, is that Tekla's tank top? I pray to God that you are actively wearing Tekla's tank top right now.
That would be one of the few things he could get me to soften on. If he's actively wearing his girlfriend's clothes, yeah, all right, I'll pay attention.
I completely forgot that your heart is so hardened against Clark Connors. I love him now.
Face is
I know.
stupid.
I'm in love with him. He is like
I think it's beautiful.
He's a cartoon for sure. He's like a Saturday morning Disney cartoon. He's on Recess or something, but that's cool, I think.
Yeah. She's just like,
shut
Well, it's like, I don't feel strongly enough that I want to argue with you and be like, you shouldn't feel that way, but I'm just like, not me.
Not me.
I think his face is stupid.
Well, you know what? Not you, not yet. Anyone can get
That's true.
Well, check it out. 5 years from now, you're saying, oh, sweet boy. Clark Connors. Sweet boy.
That's so true.
Yeah. probably, even if you never come around on him, you'll still say it in 5 years.
I know.
somehow,
Eventually,
if you
I'm
don't
gonna
see
get
him for a while.
Yeah, if he's just here for a while, at some point I'm gonna get at Stockholm. Then I'll be like, oh, of course, I've always loved Clark Connors. He's in the basement with Dustin.
I know. I basically said "sweet boy" about JR the other day. You know, it's just like it happens.
You did. Baby girl.
Baby girl. That's what I said. Yeah, that's right. Yep.
Jack Perry teamed up with the Young Bucks to fight the Lethal Twist on Collision, and they won the match. I guess I'll bring this up in a second. He later cut a backstage promo in which he challenged Zack Sabre Jr. to a match on Dynamite, telling a little story about how the first time he was in Japan, he met Zack Sabre Jr. and Zack Sabre Jr. was so nice to him, and that's when he had his first ever adult beverage.
It was so funny, and I hadn't clocked the time frame of the story. I think it zoned out for a second, so that it comes back, and I was like, "Wait, Jack Perry, you just had your first adult beverage?"
Yeah, and he loved it.
He loved it. He's all grown up.
And so he was like, I want to wrestle you next Wednesday on Dynamite, and afterwards we can go out for drinks, but this time I'll buy, because the winner always buys. And I just learned that this week about adult beverages, that if you win, you owe everybody a little beer. And he was wearing a shirt that just did say Jungle Jack Perry, but I can't read. And I thought it said Uncle Jack Perry.
Okay, love that. Immediately onboarded Uncle Jack.
We love Uncle Jack.
Staring at it like, that's interesting. That's a new gimmick he's doing. Uncle Jack Perry, I guess.
He heard Leah saying that you can solve all problems by knocking up your siblings. He was like, yes. Uncle Jack, coming your way. It's going to solve all my problems.
I don't like what's happening on this podcast right now. I'm scared. Frankly, I'm scared. Uncle Jack Perry. All right. And so then he did fight Zack Sabre Jr. on Dynamite, and I actually enjoyed this match very much. And I thought you did raise a fair point, though, about technical wrestling.
I was just being mean, but it is as I was watching this match, I was like, people rave about, so-and-so. It's always the best technical wrestler. And I was like, I don't even understand what technical wrestling is. They're always it means you know how to get out of any hold. And it's well,
know how to get
all
out.
the holds are pretend. So good job, And then it was just it seems to be a lot of oh, I'm pretending my arm is hurt and you're pretending to target my vulnerability of my hurt arm.
Well, maybe we need to reframe technical wrestling, because it sounds like what you're saying is that to be a great technical wrestler is to be a great dramatist, is to be a great actor. Is to be theatrical, is to know how to embody the giving and receiving of pain.
And honestly, now that you're saying that, it's when Bryan Danielson fell between the ramp and the ring and got stuck. I mean, he was acting his heart out.
Very dramatic. We didn't know. We thought he could have.
It was a confusing moment.
Fatally pinched a nerve was the vibe you were getting. He may never come back.
It's weird this is on camera because it doesn't seem planned, but surely if he was really hurt, they would stop filming him. It was well, he was neither hurt nor was it planned.
No, he was simply acting. And you love to see it.
My favorite part of that was that Mox just sat down next to him, and the vibe was that scrub scene where it's you fell and knocked yourself out, and so I laid down next to you so everyone would think we were chilling.
Should we start a campaign where we're you can't win an Emmy for wrestling unless you're a technical wrestler and you are acting? And then you could be nominated.
I'd love the Academy to have to take submissions of wrestlers acting.
All right. And what are we talking about here? And why is this happening? Oh, technical wrestling. Just working a limb. I liked this one. I enjoyed it, and Leah, I think you enjoyed it too, because you've now gone soft on that whole faction. You love them.
I know. I have no idea why all of a sudden I was I like them Donkey Kong. They're nice.
I like them Donkey Kong.
I like them Donkey Kong. That's going to be an intrusive thought for me.
That is full, wasted ass, white wine wasted. I like them Donkey Kong.
Them TMDK, them Donkey Kong.
I don't mind them. I thought that it was Zack Sabre Jr., I think, after he won, he really stroked one of them so much on his face. And I liked, it was like not, and it wasn't fully like a man-to-man vibe. It was kind of like how you'd pet your dog, but you really love your dog a lot. And I liked that. I did. So wonderful, normal, them Donkey Kong. So, all right. Okay, so Zack Sabre Jr. wins his match versus Jack Perry. Immediately then, we get the Young Bucks who come out for their match versus the dog. They're not dogs, but the dogs of Zack Sabre Jr.'s dogs. His beloved dogs. The Donkey Kong.
The Kongs.
The Kongs.
The Kongs over the donkeys. The donkey.
And Kong is a dog toy, so
We're connecting dots.
The dogs fight the Kongs. The dogs do fight the Kongs in everyday life.
Wow.
They feed from.
They lick the peanut butter out of the Kongs.
Peanut butter on the Kongs.
The Kongs are full of peanut butter, and the dogs
lick it out. And the dogs
Shut it down.
No. We're connecting dots. We're connecting dots.
And full of peanut butter.
So the Kongs, but the Bucks aren't licking anyone out. Okay, they're not a part of this. They are just having a
licking anyone out. That's worse.
They're having a perfectly normal, civilized, fun, classic, action-packed Young Bucks match with the Kongs, who are full of peanut butter, which may later be licked out of them, but has not yet been removed. Would you say that's right?
I think that's accurate. Actually, I think we're copying from Dave Meltzer, who also said that.
Okay. So then the Young Bucks win the match. Wonderful. So good. And without even having eaten any peanut butter. Wonderful. And what happens? Right. All right. So then them Kongs are mad and are trying to attack the Bucks afterwards. So Kenneth Omega and Jack Perry, Uncle Jack Perry, who was recovering from before when he was getting beaten up, they come out and they save the Young Bucks. And then they clear the ring, and then Kenneth hops on the mic and he cuts a little promo I think he fights hand to hand with Zach first, but then he cuts a little promo because he tried to snap. Allie, don't even recreate it. Nobody cares. Nobody gives a shit. He cuts a promo. He cuts a little promo. He's on the mic. And what does he say, girls? To Zack Sabre Jr.
He says it's nothing personal. He just has to fight him. Wow, I'm revved up now, I said.
I'm pinching the bridge of my nose, a la Kyle Fletcher. I'm getting the mommy's little ham over here because there are people who can say it's nothing personal, and because of where they're at in their storyline, their character or whatever, that could be interesting. Kenny, I know it's nothing personal because it hasn't been anything personal to you for quite some time now. Yeah. I desperately need it to be something personal. I need it to be something
personal.
Yeah.
Baby, it has to be personal.
Show me that you know what personal means.
Yeah. Someone brought up an old episode of ours from 2023, and I had no memories of what it was, so I went into it this week, and we had real similar thoughts about Kenny then. And I was like, it has been going on for a while.
Kenny. And it's just, you just want him to be happy and you want it to be personal, you know?
I need it to be personal.
Because you know he can do it. That's the thing. It's like, I'm not asking Mark Briscoe to get personal because I know he can't do it. No. But Kenny can do it. He just doesn't want to.
He doesn't
I'm a
want
guidance counselor being like, you can pass this class, Kenny. I know you can.
Yeah. You have a lot of potential.
Kenny's like, may I be excused to go to the Tunnel Talk basement? No, Kenny, no, I don't think it's good for you down there.
He comes over for sleepovers or dragging him upstairs. Like, Kenny, we're really worried about your grades. He's like, they're about to watch a movie.
Kenny, why don't we work on your personal essay? No.
Dust in your moms are trying to get me to work on your essay again.
Dustin doesn't respond. Dustin doesn't care. He's like, I don't even live here. I don't even live here. It's nothing personal. At Forbidden Door, may the best man win. I think he reminded... Man, I can't even remember how he said it. There was something that did come up on... Trish and Sarah were talking about it this week. And I'm glad they were talking about it because I certainly had no memory of it. They were like, yeah, Zack Sabre Jr. actually wins like every year when he comes to Forbidden Door. He's actually one of the few outside guys who comes in and wins matches. And so that's why it's meaningful for Kenny to fight him, because Kenny doesn't have that many like guys that it would be like impressive for him to fight and win at AEW right now because he's fought them all. But it would, Zack Sabre Jr. could be like a big win for him. I was like, wow, that's interesting. And they were like, so maybe that could have come up in the promo. I was like, oh, yeah, totally. That would make total sense. not to get in an echo chamber with our sisters over there, but I was like, you are cooking, girls. That would have made a lot of sense for him. So I think he actually did kind of reference something about it that now I cannot remember this week, but I only remember that it happened because I was like, oh, like Trish and Sarah taught me this week. And he says when he wins, he's, quote, out for redemption. I don't know what that means because I don't know what he needs to be redeemed from.
I know, it's like he's
that's the
referencing the pay-per-view. Yeah.
Oh my
like,
God!
As though it's the title of the movie, but like it doesn't make sense as like a concept. Yeah.
I guess maybe redeemed for not calling Will Ospreay back. That's the one crime he's committed recently. And he was like, "Oh, here's what he said. He said." Enjoy the next few days because after Forbidden Door, everyone will forget about you, just like last year. And then the production team hit Zack Sabre Jr.'s music, and Zack Sabre Jr., and this was like the consequences of serving cunt, you know? Like, he was just like, absolutely not, give me the mic. Give me the mic. And his music is playing, and it really does feel like they're like, leave, your speech is over, your time is over. And he said, give me the mic. And he got the mic, and they were forced to turn his music off. And he said, Kenny, try to stay out of the hospital. All right, darling. And then he tossed the mic and left. And they were like, okay, so we can play your fucking music now? It's like, yeah, now you can play it because he served his fucking cunt.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. That was incredible. Like, the way he just destroyed Kenny with one line after Kenny had talked for, like, 5 full minutes or whatever.
Yeah,
and said nothing.
And I like, Kenny made such a face that I was like, dude, we could have built a feud on that.
Yeah.
Well, I think you had a good edit. Leah, explain your edit.
Well, I just think that, like, Zack Sabre Jr. actually has a pretty good ability to get under people's skin. And if you had Zack Sabre, it would have required him coming over a little earlier than he did.
Yeah.
But you could have had him promo first and been like, I'm the guy who actually wins at Forbidden Door, and Tony loves me, and he told me I can pick whoever I want. And then he does a promo where he picks Kenny, but, like, says something annoying, like, fucking stay out of the hospital till I put you there. And then he could get under Kenny's skin, and then you could get Kenny riled up enough that... And then after he beats Zach, then he could give the fucking promo where he's like, I'm headed to the top, and, you know, this is my ascent and
right, where
redemption.
he's like, I'm tired of, you know what? I actually am tired of people being like, you don't come to work. I'm tired of people being like, stay out of the hospital. Like, sorry, my ass has been to the hospital, but it won't be anymore because daddy's home and he loves fighting and he loves showing up to work. So suck on that.
That would have been a killer after the pay-per-view, like the Dynamite after the pay-per-view promo. That would have hit and gotten people excited. They could have done that. That would have been more fun. Like, that one line from Zack Sabre Jr. all of a sudden just cleared for me. I was like, we could have had it all. We could have had something really cool.
The thing that, I mean, I think you're exactly right. The thing about, like, you'd written part of this in your notes. When I read it, I was just like, oh my God, that is the thing that everybody, including me, needs to remember more often, is that sometimes, like, an edit that can make all the difference is simply a reorg. You don't even always need new or different material. Like, I mean, that would be a little new material, but, like, sometimes it's just, like, you aren't doing things in the right order. You aren't doing things in the appropriate dramatic order. And you need to think about, like, who has the energy when in the scene.
Yeah. Yep.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
What's driving what? Wow, that would have been good, but that's not what happened. But it was a really great little line from Zack Sabre Jr. And again, I love that I don't know what, I guess I assume this is for shoot, but maybe not. But I love that production was just like, you're supposed to leave. And he was like, no. Oh, no.
I've got a little cut to serve.
I've got to have the last word here. Also on Dynamite, backstage segment in which the Young Bucks, fresh-faced and bushy-eyed-tailed, were explaining that they'll be fighting in a three-way tag.
Bushy-eyed-tailed.
Yeah, I think I would say bushy, bushy-tailed and bright-eyed.
Yeah, there we go.
But I was just typing stuff. They were explaining that they'll be fighting in a three-way tag match at Forbidden Door versus Sky Team and Unbound Company, maybe. Unbound Company?
It's like, sure.
And where are they from? But you know what? I said, I knew it. I knew you'd be fighting some teams that don't go here. My sweet boys. My sweet good boys.
They're such good soldiers.
You always do what you need to do. And they said after that, then they're really going to be on their way back to the top of the tag team division. And I liked this synchronicity between their reasoning and Kenny's. It felt, honestly, and this isn't fair to Kenny, but it felt like they were like, what he said about that thing about how this is going to get him back on top makes no sense, but maybe it'll be more credible if we say it too. Let's just all act like...
Yeah, but like they're just in the back being like, yeah, what he said. And don't make fun of him for it. I'll kill you.
No, we all know that if you win against someone from another promotion, that will rocket you to the top of the standings at this promotion. That's what we think as well for us as well.
Now cheer for our lame-ass boyfriend.
They've been his two crutches propping him up for like 4 years.
It's just his little guide dogs. They take him where he needs to go, and they shit on the carpet, and he doesn't clean it up, and he leaves with them.
What did that video that we loved say that like they made him what he is?
Yeah, he got the rub from the Young Bucks. Yeah,
I love that video.
Nothing without them. I need to rewatch that video.
They do care for him. He is their boyfriend. He is their son. He's just their everything, you know? And thank you for supporting him. He needs it. He needs
a lot of support. Yeah.
So they said everything Kenny said made perfect sense, and that is true for us as well. When we beat these teams that you don't know where they're from or who they are, we will be at the top of the tag team division. And in the middle of explaining this, Chris and Christian and the dogs burst through the door, brawling, interrupting the whole segment. And there's a brief, and this was quite funny, a brief pause where the Bucks politely are kind of like, y'all good? Need any help with this? And Chris and Christian are like, we are totally fine. We have it under control. And they brawl on out. And we follow the brawling. And this is kind of what I've called wheelchair bleach, rock and roll express, electrical wire torture stuff. It's classic prop work, backstage prop work.
Yeah, and I wonder if Chris and Christian realized that they were the old men who just show up to get tortured.
Maybe they liked it. Maybe that's one of their favorite segments. I like those segments. I know some do not.
I do too.
But so ultimately, the dogs. There was a period of this where we were a bit confused, I will say, because I thought we'd introduced a new dog. Because I was like, that dog is Clark Connors, and this other dog I've never seen before.
I was like, is this a dog from Japan? Is this some sort of crossover dog?
I was excited to have a crossover dog, and I was actively typing, like, is this a brand new dog? Oh, no, I just can't recognize David Finlay when his hair is down. That's David Finlay dog, but his hair is down. So he looks totally different to me.
We're like the babies that are crying because our dad shaved his mustache.
Our dad, David Finlay dog. So it was two dogs we knew. And they kind of got the better of Chris and Christian in this segment. Or did they? Yeah, they did. Yeah, they did. And this followed on from a collision segment in which they responded to, you remember last week they got that lecture from Chris and Christian about like how their youths aren't respecting their elders these days or whatever. Well, they were like, how dare you ever compare yourselves to us, the literal dogs. What can you teach me that I haven't already taken by force from that old bag of bones that I had to call my dad? Absolutely. I actually love that, David Finlay.
Yeah.
And then let me just read what Clark Connors had to add. When you face us, you better bring your grumpy old man strength, your whole bag of tricks, your creams, your ointments, your balms, your salves, your vitamins, your minerals, your peptide and roll tides. I don't give a damn. Because you're going against the dogs, and we're young, and we're dumb, and we're full of some.
Honestly, incredible work. Loved it.
I was speechless. I was absolutely speechless. Complimentary.
Have you ever seen that Caleb Heron bit where like he's talking about like he had a friend who tried to set him up with a 30-year-old and he like acted like that was like a 90-year-old? He was like, "What do you want me to do? Take him out? What, to his appointments?" And like that was like the Clark Connors vibe there.
You want me to fight these old guys? Like, I have dicks to suck.
What, you want me to call Medicaid for them? I'm busy.
They probably need it after all their years in the biz. But I liked this very much. So anyway, that's why. Then they're attacking Chris
Honestly,
and Christian.
Just reading the text of it, I'm like, this is some vivid imagery from both of them.
Really nice
old
work,
bag of bones, the ointments, the balms, like.
Honestly, I didn't need this to end with at Forbidden Door. The dogs are about to put you bitches down. For me, that was too much. I would have pulled back from that because you've already said that great young, dumb, and full of something. So it's like, let's end on a really high note.
Yeah.
So that's what's going on in the tag team division. That's it. Anything else you want to say about any of that?
You did a very good job with that.
Thank you so much. We continue to walk towards Wembley, and the thing is, I don't know what the thing is.
You started that so confidently. I really thought you were going somewhere.
That's the thing that people don't appreciate about podcasting. You have to start the sentences confidently, but it makes it all the more humiliating when it turns out that you don't know where you were headed.
This is another thing where I'm just sort of like, everybody's doing fine. It's just not anything. Like, where I'm like, Chris and Christian, like, okay, they're treading water. I'm hoping, I'm not saying I'm assuming, I'm hoping that it's going to be them versus the Young Bucks at Wembley. And it makes sense to me that they're like, picking up pointless. They're fighting their Mark Briscoes right now as they wait to get there. And it makes perfect sense. And it's like the Young Bucks are doing what they're needing to do. They can't really have a storyline right now, but they're showing up. They're putting in entertaining matches. They're being cute as hell. Everybody's doing what they have to do. But I hate the way Wembley makes the calendar where it's like, once you get past Double or Nothing, we're all just treading water until August. And it's like, nothing happens.
And I guess the thing is, this is just something we've talked about a lot with wrestling in the past, where it's just like there's a lot of moving parts, and sometimes everything works out. Like, people are confident about what they're going to do, and you don't have unexpected injuries, and whatever, the stars align, and they're able to do things where it's like there's a world where the Young Bucks are doing a really good storyline right now, and we don't understand how it's going to intersect with something that gets us to Wembley, but then eventually it will, and it's like, oh shit, I can't believe that worked. Yeah. But usually that's not what ends up happening. Usually it's like, because of various factors, we couldn't do that, and so the Young Bucks can't have a storyline right now because we are waiting to tap them in. And so they're doing these light touches on what you assume. You're right. You can't assume what you suspect. What you suspect will be the Wembley storyline. But I don't even know what I was saying. I guess I was saying, like, sometimes wrestling works good, but not always.
Well, it is like last summer was really good. Like, Build to All In was really good. This year, not so much. Not so good. And that is just sort of like par for the course. Because like the summer, 2 years ago, not so good. Like, it was the Bryan Danielson Swerve stuff. So,
oh God.
Which we complained about so much.
Although now I'm like, at least there was really something for us to interrogate there. We could really talk about it.
Yeah. And part of this still is like Forbidden Door season when there's just like not stories.
Yeah. I do keep trying to remind myself that, where I'm like, this too will pass.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. I mean, I do think like, if they want to be building to Will Ospreay winning the title and that being like a big fun thing that people are invested in, I think Will Ospreay needs some just more sympathetic or better motivations, probably.
I think I was one of the most violent about loving what's going on with the Death Rider. Like, I was like, this is fun. I'm so excited about this. I will say that I did expect the theme, like, to have an idea of what was going to happen to start emerging. Because I did, like, I've been saying, like, I think Mox we're not supposed to think that it's a good idea for Ospreay to have done this, but like it's been many weeks now that like he's fully benefited, and it's like I would have expected a direction to have emerged by now, and so I am a little bit like, but you know, it's like, of course you don't want everybody who complained about it early on to win, because you're like, you didn't know it was gonna do this then, so shut up.
We have to enjoy the show every week, you know? So it's like what you're always balancing is, can you see an exciting, interesting way for the storyline to play out? Yeah. And is it fun on a weekly basis? I guess for many it's not fun to watch Booty Boot Camp on a weekly basis. I don't understand that. I'm like, for me it's really ideal to watch Booty Boot Camp. Mox says something that I'm like, that's crazy, but maybe kind of deep, but also so funny. And then Will Ospreay is doing some kind of exercise on someone's head. And it's like, for me, it's kind of like a perfect storm. Yeah.
Well, it was like fine in April to have like crazy psychosexual, like insane energy stuff. But yeah, I thought by June we would be.
You thought you'd kind of understand where all the characters were going, but then this is tied to
but
the
it's
thing
been like
where it's
holding
like,
pattern.
Who is Mox in the grand scheme of things right now, or like what are the Death Riders? You know,
right? And it's like the confusion about that didn't matter so much then, but now like you really need to like dig yourself out of that, or like figure out like what story you're telling. And I don't know what story they're telling.
Right. Is he the evil cult leader, or is he actually like the wise face who's teaching Will Ospreay the ropes? Like I don't understand what exactly he's doing.
Yeah. And what's Will Ospreay's like journey to the title? Like, is it like he's been sucked in and it's like it's helping him, but at what cost? Or is he learning about friendship? Like what? And I don't know what it's doing for him.
I think this happened because I had like something on shuffle today and I accidentally was listening to a song from Hamilton. So it is crazy for me to be like, to quote Hamilton. But I just keep getting this part of the song stuck in my head where it's like, if you stand for any, or if you don't stand for anything, what will you fall for? And I keep thinking about it with Will Ospreay, where I'm just like, you are falling for something, but I think that, and you don't stand for anything. I don't know what I'm saying. I feel like I had a clear thought and I completely
I think you are right that he, like, who is Will Ospreay? Right. I don't know right now.
And you expect, even if, in a storyline like this, even if things are, like, mostly working out well, what you expect is that, like, there will come the moment where it's just like, this is the thing I can't do. Or, like, I'm realizing that, like, I want Wembley, which is every British boy's dream, every British child's dream, Allie, every British child's dream. I want Wembley, but not at this cost of this. Right. Or, like, this is the thing that, like, I'm realizing, like, that's where I hold the line. Right. And Mox is saying, like, you have to do X. And I'm saying, like, no, I can take from your teachings what works, but I'm saying I actually have to do Y now. And because I know myself and I'm not your puppet, I'm a man who's learned something about himself. And then you can get things from the mentorship, even if ultimately you're like, I think I don't want to take over the world, actually.
Right.
And then you can win about with your own, having your own idea of like what is right, what it is to be right, and what it is to be a man. That's what I'm not totally seeing us moving towards.
No, because it's like he's just been like inducted into this cult and he likes them. And then what they seem to have added to it for like a Wembley build is like, and also I really fantasize about Wembley, but it's like those two things like don't connect to like Mox or what he's doing with Mox at all. So it's very disjointed and it's like still not going anywhere. Like, and you can think of ways like you guys just did of like how you could direct it.
Yeah. I think it's maybe also not very helpful, and hate to complain about it because it is sexy and they did do the only good work of last week, but like I think it's also not that helpful that Swerve's character, the most recent characterization that Swerve has had is like, I'm a big time heel again. And so Swerve is a big time heel fighting Ospreay, who's a face, who's learning how to be violent and being told and internalizing that it is better to have slicked back hair than to have lovely, well cared for curls. And he's saying that on TV.
I mean, when we look at his hair, it's like, okay, so this is him being seduced by the dark side, obviously, but the words they're saying don't seem to quite bear it out.
It doesn't make sense. But anyway, so that's the configuration you have. But then Swerve, the big time heel, is being like, maybe you're not thinking clearly enough about who you're friends with. And it's like, a heel doesn't say that. No. A face, that's a good thing to do. Even if he is having his neck physically healed, it's good. Like, it feels almost like Swerve's character beat should be that he's like, you deserve to have somebody love you for real, and these people are using you. But that's not what he's doing, because he is the heel.
Yeah.
You know?
Well, they did bring, like, him and Kenny both in to be like, what are you doing? Like,
yes, you're right,
you could have called me. So, like, there is that theme to it, except, like, what lets it down is that, like, they haven't been there for him.
Right, that's the thing. It's like neither of them, they're both saying, I would have come for you. And it's like, no, you wouldn't have. So
you wouldn't have, and you didn't.
And you didn't. So you're proving that he was right to rely on Mox.
He had no
Mox
choice.
Is showing up for him.
Mm-hmm. Textually, he did have no choice. I mean, that's the thing. He has been telling truly, basically textually, the story for years that he wants a friend and can't get a friend and he's lonely.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, we can solve it with our cloud stories, no problem.
So easy. I just thought, like, is this the plot of Hook, where like Ospreay is the son and Kenny is Robin Williams and Mox is Hook?
Now watching Kenny as Robin Williams, Peter Pan in Hook, that could heal me. That I'm very interested in.
He has the kind of sad eyes now.
Yeah.
The kind of middle-aged depression.
And kind of there is Kenny and Robin Williams, I think, actually share a certain affect where, Robin Williams would tell jokes sometimes and the whole, like, he was like so clearly keeping you at a distance, Yeah. It's something I think is very interesting about him. It's like very funny. Everyone thinks like Robin Williams, so warm and funny family comedian. It's like keeping you at an icy distance with his comedy. Not letting you close. And I'm like, Kenny, you keep me at an icy distance as well, saying things like, it's nothing personal.
You never come over to our basement.
It's nothing personal is one of the most disgusting things somebody could say.
It's repulsive.
So gross. And it's like, the thing is, if someone's saying it and they're clearly lying, that's sexy.
If they're being passive aggressive, like, that's
sure.
Great. But if they just mean, if
they genuinely mean it, it's like, okay, Claudio.
Yeah, right. It's like, oh, you're just in the workplace doing your work for money?
Zach, it's just a professional match that we have to have because the Forbidden Door is about crossover matches. So don't take it personally. I hate you right now.
Zach, let's keep
I
this
love you, but I
very
hate
professional. You. Let's write,
He might
if we get mad, the worst thing we'll say is, as per my last email, like, let's keep it at that level.
I mean, that's
I wish Kenny had just grabbed the mic and just been like, so we've both been assigned to this match, and I think we'll do a good job.
And, I have no objections to it. If I did, I'd be at home, so.
Thanks for showing up, scene partner. And that's why I really do appreciate so much that Zack Sabre Jr. said, it is personal for me, and I'm a bitch. I'm a fucking bitch.
Yeah, and I will be more brutal to you than anyone has in years in one line.
One line, yeah.
I'm sorry if I ever sounded maybe last week like I don't appreciate you, Zack Sabre Jr. I do.
I know.
I actually do. I know how important you're load bearing.
Them Kongs.
And I thought it as well. Yes, I certainly did. Perfect. What a lexicon. What a world we invented. I know we've gone really long somehow. Yeah. I don't really know how, and I'm kind of worried about what happened in there. But
it was a really empty Dynamite. What did we do?
I don't know.
It was a really long chit-chat time.
It was, I guess, but I'm like, I think it's just our usual recreational talking. We can't recap this whole everything that happened with Jericho and Ciampa this week, but I have to say something. So they had a whole collision segment where Nigel McGuinness, for some reason, was in the ring and later had to act like, I was scared in there. I didn't want to be a part of it. Okay, coward. Nigel. You were scared to be in the ring with Jericho and Ciampa?
Well, they're the two biggest guys at this promotion, Allie.
Just me, a little David, and these two huge Goliaths. They were about to stomp on me. But I have to read this. Chris Jericho says to Ciampa, Ciampa, you said last week that you wanted to see a more serious version of Chris Jericho. Only if you were worthy. You want to know if I think you're worthy? The answer is, I do. I wouldn't have gone as far in this business as I have if I didn't think you were worthy. I know how good you are. I've been waiting to face you since I came to AEW. I also know how smart you are. But can you say the same about me? You can list all my accolades and my credentials, but you still think you can dictate to me which version of Chris Jericho you're going to get? The answer is, it really doesn't matter. Each and every version of Jericho is going to kick your ass. I come out of that and I think those were wedding vows. I think this was marital vows. He literally said I do in there. And then he's just basically being like, what does it mean to know another person? What does it mean to know and to grow with another person? And I think about it with you and me all the time, Tommaso Ciampa. And then Ciampa hops on the mic and he's like, Christopher Cruise Ship Jericho. What I want from you is for you to fight me on July 8th at Beach Break at a town close to your own chosen home. And I want all of your friends and family to be there and to watch us fight at Beach Break on July 8th. And I thought to myself, I do. And I think they are canonically doing a marriage story. I think it is about getting married in front of all of their friends and family at Beach Break.
Yeah, I'm
Jericho,
convinced.
All of me loves all of you.
I mean, the things that Jericho is saying, Ciampa, it's just like, of course I think you're worthy. I always think about you.
I do.
My whole career has been about you. It's like, wow.
And I can't really say footage not found because I haven't viewed the footage.
I can't find it.
I haven't looked into it, honestly. But it just raised a lot of questions for me, and the answer was marriage, wedding, lovely wedding. We haven't seen a wrestling wedding in a while. You can't say I do in the middle, and what is this?
And I mean,
I wouldn't have gone as far in this business as I have if I didn't think you were worthy.
Yeah, what does that mean? Like, what other explanation other than romantic love is there for saying that kind of thing to Tommaso Ciampa?
I mean, hearing that he has a slutty little mustache has turned it really transformed him. He had been thinking, like, this is hatred. And suddenly he was like, oh my God, I love Josh, He got it. And he's ready to go all the way. So
Wow.
I think that's a beautiful note to end on, perhaps. Was there anything you wanted to talk about that we didn't talk about?
No.
I can't imagine, no. On that note, and happy Forbidden Door to all who celebrate. On that note, I've been Allie.
I've been Ann.
And I've been Leah.
This is Tunnel Talk. Our theme is by Chris Corkin. You can find us on Tumblr, Twitter, Twitch, and Blue Sky at Tunnel Talk Pod via email, tunneltalkpod@gmail.com. You can find us on our feed, on the Social Suplex Network feed, where you can check out all the other great podcasts on the network. And you can find us on the Social Suplex Network Discord. Please rate, review, and subscribe to us wherever you get your podcasts. Stay frosty, and please come back next week.